Love Doechii and SZA and want to know what they had done and why? Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna keep it so real with you. You should already be out the door because I've already had cosmetic enhancements since like 2021. And y'all really have to stop normalizing making comments like these and just let women do whatever the fuck they want to do with their bodies. Good morning.
So I'm guilty of this too, but I think that we have a real preoccupation with young women and any and all things that they do, particularly their bodies. So recently, Doechii posted a TikTok responding to a fan's comment where he or she said, "If you ever get cosmetic surgery, I'm leaving." But Doechii isn't the only one, unfortunately. Before that was SZA, who also has had to address what surgery she's had. Selena Gomez also addressed rumors about her body and noted that her weight gain has largely been due to some of the meds that she uses to treat her lupus, and also she's enjoyed some Botox. And Ariana Grande, as many of you know, has gotten a little bit skinnier, and so we've been really preoccupied with why. And she's had to respond saying that the body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body. I was on a lot of antidepressants and drinking on them and eating poorly. Now, she knew as well as we know that we really don't need an explanation. She owes us absolutely nothing. If she's going through a hard time, let her go through that hard time. And so she went on to say, "I know I shouldn't have to explain it, but I do feel like maybe having an openness and some sort of vulnerability here, good might come from it." So I'm all for being open and I'm all for being vulnerable, but I really find this kind of disturbing. She felt compelled to make this statement to the world, to her TikTok fans, where, as we know, TikTok is not necessarily a safe space to be open and vulnerable. Now, I know that many of us have seen, have been in, have been part of these crying videos where you tape yourself crying, and that also is disturbing to me because hopefully for obvious reasons. But TikTok really isn't the space to do that. Neither is Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, what have you. We really need to stop normalizing crying for public consumption. Point blank, period. If you look at what the streets are saying about these young women who've had plastic surgery, basically condemning them, shaming them for having something done, and then compare that to the kind of responses that we see when Nene Leakes has been open about her plastic surgery. Recently, Donatella Versace also had notable plastic surgery and she looks good. But the point is, when Donatella's out in the world with a new face, our response isn't horror. Our response is, "Oh, she look good. The glow up is real. Who did her plastic surgery?" And they do look good, so it's not a shame to them. But as I like to say, keep that same energy. If we have the one energy for Nene Leakes and Donatella and the older women who get plastic surgery, we should have that same energy for younger women. And what I think the messaging is that older women have something wrong with them, something that's deteriorated, something that is a good reason for plastic surgery. And we can make up excuses, but the ultimate message is, as you get older, things get worse. And so when you get older, you have earned the right to get plastic surgery. But think about that. Who earns a right for aesthetic surgery? No one. Aesthetic surgery is equal opportunity in this bitch. You pay to play. So no one earns the right for plastic surgery. But we seem to want to justify why someone would change their looks, and the justifications that we've used are the person is unattractive or not as attractive, but also that they're older and so have a good reason for plastic surgery. Don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for younger women getting plastic surgery. I'm not saying that a teenager getting plastic surgery is justified, but I'm saying that we seem to want to control that 20-year-old's body more than we want to control the 40, 50, or 60-year-old's body. When the only real difference is the age group. Let me repeat, I am not advocating for younger women getting surgery, but I'm equally not advocating for older women getting surgery. What I'm saying is, it's none of our business. It's none of your business. But why do we care? Well, I think it comes down to 3 reasons. 1, we are increasingly feeling entitled in this world. We, particularly because of what social media has created, it's become this kind of monster that seems to be out of control. We already were curious about the lives of others. We were curious about the lives of stars. Could they be just like us? Well, People, Entertainment Weekly, Star, Sun, all these magazines began to increasingly be intrusive into what the life of a star looked like. Their marriages, their divorces, their plastic surgery, their homes, and the list goes on. And then Facebook and Instagram and TikTok add a layer of intimacy that we've never had before. And they respond, right? They respond to what's in the news and what's coming out on the socials. And so you have even a more intimate look into what they're thinking, who they are. And so what that has created is we are not satisfied with that. We still want to know more. We still want to know why Ben and J-Lo broke up. We still want to know, was he part of the J-Lo documentary, or was he disgusted by it because it was too intimate? We still want more of that information. And so continuously, increasingly becoming curious also means that we are increasingly becoming entitled and think that we should know. We should know what happened between Ben and J-Lo because she roped us in to their relationship. She roped us into their love. She posted about it. She made movies about it. And so we should know what's going on. We should know what SZA had done. The second thing is, I think a lot of us have a want to control, a desire to control. I'm a control freak, right? But in society, we seem to have a very dangerous desire to control women's bodies. I don't know if we think it's out of protection or what, but it comes off as not respecting boundaries, right? We can disagree with abortion. We can disagree with plastic surgery. But I think wanting to control how another woman lives in her own body is a step too far. It's intrusive, point blank, end the period. And there's no way for me to justify it other than it's intrusive. We can only and should only concern ourselves with ourselves and our immediate family. If your daughter wants to get a piercing and you don't want that for her, yes, please exercise your parental rights and guide her and control her if you please. But what Doechii does with her body is really none of your business. And then thirdly, and maybe most importantly, I think we see ourselves in some of these celebrities. Maybe not all of them. Maybe we don't identify with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and their toxic marriage and her shitting on the bed or somebody shitting on the bed. But when you think of J-Lo, you think of a woman who really either is thirsty in your eyes or just wants to be loved. And isn't that a universal desire? Can't you see how you can identify with parts of celebrities? Again, can they be just like us? Are they not human just like us? And so in that way, yes, we often see ourselves as reflected in some of their actions. And so if Doechii, who is Black, beautiful, gets plastic surgery, what does that say about me, where I have my own insecurities already? But I'm not Doechii and I ain't got Doechii money. So it comes down to these 3 things, but at the end of the day, again, mind your business. Stand on your own business and mind your business. Stars owe us nothing. I know that it would be nice if they shared what they did, so that way we would know that they were regular just like us and the money helped them look even better. Because then it might affirm some of the insecurities that we collectively have about our bodies, about our faces, about whatever. But just like the person down the street doesn't owe you an explanation for why her face all of a sudden looks a little bit younger, SZA doesn't owe you an explanation for why her nose is different. Neither does Beyonce. But of course, it's not just my opinion. What do you think? Do you care? And why do you care? If you don't care, also, why don't you care? And what do you think we should do about this growing pandemic of nosy, controlling busybodies when it comes to everybody else but what's going on in our own house? Comments and questions below, guys, please. And subscribe. As always, love you lots, and bye for now.